It was a cold, rainy day in a little village at the Austrian-Bavarian border. We were filming a TV movie for Germany, and I was the lead. On that very day, the producer approached me and said, "You have to go to Munich, meet the costume designer, and choose your costumes for the character." I said, okay, that's what actors do. They always say yes to everything. But I had a queasy feeling going in the rain was not my best idea. But I went. I met the costume designer. We hit it off famously. We had such a good time. We were laughing, and my character got really ugly clothes because that was what I needed. And so I was in a good mood going back on set. But the rain changed, and all of a sudden, the Autobahn was like a river. And I couldn't see anything anymore because it was very foggy. So I saw the sign to exit, Pfaffenhofen an der Ilm. Please repeat after me, Pfaffenhofen after the Ilm. And I took the exit and I overlooked a yield sign because it was so foggy. Well, next thing, a car came from this side with 140 kilometers an hour, very, very fast, and hit my little Renault that was kind of swimming, was not really driving anymore, was swimming into the intersection. And I was thrown out of the car. I was thrown out of the car and I laid on the pavement, in the rain, in the cold. There was glass, there was blood, and my right knee hurt horribly. It took an eternity until the paramedics arrived, at least it seemed to me, and it took me into the little country hospital in Pfaffenhofen an der Ilm, where I stayed for 6 weeks. The surgeon worked 8 hours on my knee. First, they told me they will amputate it, but they didn't, obviously. Did a good job. And after 6 weeks, I was able to be transported to Vienna, where we had better facilities. My knee healed, slowly, but it healed. But there was something inside that did not heal. And I didn't know about it, and nobody else knew about it, because this is the year 1973, and the word PTSD was not invented at the time. So I got pills, and first they calmed me down, I could sleep. Then they didn't work anymore, and I got more pills and different pills, always a solution in a bottle. The bottle got, I had a whole menagerie of bottles with psychopharmaca. Then I started what most people do when pills don't work anymore. I mixed them with alcohol. It was a very good idea because all of a sudden I was happy again. Well, I got thinner and thinner. I weighed about 90 pounds and sicker, but I didn't know what the disease was. I knew I'm sick. So on March 12th, 1981, I was waking up. It was 4 in the morning. I stood at the window, I looked out, and snowflakes came down, and it was very magical. And I heard a voice telling me, if you don't stop what you're doing, you are dead in half a year. I would not have said half a year. I would have said 6 months. And the voice was not me either. And I said, oh, yeah. I went to bed without a pill. I slept. And in the morning, the paper came in, and I opened it on the weather report, because in Vienna, the weather changes, 3 times a day. I looked at the weather report, and there was a little advertisement of Alcoholics Anonymous that was there every day, but I never saw it. And I said, oh my God, I'm an alcoholic, and I'm going there. So I went to my first meeting on March 14th, and we were 3 people, a homeless person, drunk and smelly, and a very, very old man. He was 60 years old at the time. I thought he's ancient. And he was sober for a long time, and he talked about sobriety. And it all made sense to me. And after this day, I never had a drop of alcohol. It took me 2 more weeks to throw away all the pills. And my sobriety date is March 31st, 1981. So I have been clean and sober for 45 years. Alcoholics Anonymous gave me a structure, a community, gave me a place where I could spit the beans, but still there was something that did not come out, because I didn't even know what it was. So the pictures of the accident did not leave me. Especially at night, we were talking about what are you thinking at 2 in the morning. 2 in the morning, I would wake up and I would hear the other car crashing into my car. I would see myself on the pavement and in this hospital, and so on and so forth. I could not shake those pictures. But one day, somebody told me about a man in Toronto, a hypnotherapist by the name of Mike Mandel. He's very famous and very, very good. So I called him. I said, I have PTSD, and I have no idea what to do, because at 3 in the morning, I relive my car accident not every morning, but far too often. So he started working with me. And his method, he calls it Mindscape, helped me to totally eliminate the emotional impact of my accident. I still can tell you exactly what the accident looked like, but there is no emotion attached to it. There is no 3 in the morning waking up and crashing. No, that's all gone. So I started training with him. I trained with other hypnotherapists. I did a year of integrative medical hypnotherapy that entailed sexual freedom hypnosis. It's a little bit different from what you think it is. It has to do with the medical part of sexual dysfunctions. And I was very intrigued by that niche of hypnotherapy. So very innocently, I advertised on Facebook. And I got in jail. I got in Facebook jail for 6 months. No more advertising. Well, Mike helped me to eliminate the emotions, but there was still something lingering. And that what was lingering is an epidemic we are going through right now. Because when I was helping people who smoked, with smoking cessation, with hypnosis, it was always the same thing. Yes, they smoked. Yes, they said they were addicted. Yes, this was a habit. But no, that came out of their boredom and of their loneliness. The same with food, the same with drugs, the same with nail biting. And I realized when I listened to my clients and realized their loneliness, I could help them. Now, being here in this wonderful community, I was listening to the talk of a very wise man, talked about building a community, a mastermind, community of people who experience the same feeling I experience, the same loneliness, and have nowhere to go. Because people thought I was strange when I mentioned the car accident back in, let's say, in 92. What? This was in 1973 and you are still holding on to it? Yes, I cannot help it. It comes back until Mike Mandel helped me. And, now I'm helping people not still stop overeating, emotional overeating, stop smoking, stop nail biting. But I go deeper and deeper and deeper. And then forming a community this idea was given to me in this group will probably help more people than I'm able to do help one-on-one. So this is my talk and my goal and idea and dream.